Hi, you guys, and welcome to Nosy Bystanders Live. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. And I guess today we're just going to be doing the job that nobody else wants to do, which is dispel misinformation and unverified data. I'm really getting tired of it. I'm just about sick of it. I'm just about sick of it. The fact that we have to use our platform to dispel misinformation from individuals like North Carolina Beats and now the lead attorney, right? Hold on 1 second. So sorry, I had a call. Um, so apparently this is not no longer the Nosy Bystanders. This is the Fact Checker Bystanders Network. So all we do is just fact check these goons and yahoos all across the internet because they just don't know how to simply just put a story together. So if you already seen it, you probably already saw that the North Carolina Beats was interviewing Gerardo. I forget how to pronounce his last name, but he was the investigator who had leaked some information about Shanquella's case, specifically the police report. And then the lead attorney went ahead and went live, which I think he's probably still live now on YouTube. And he had published this article that I'm going to share with you right now. He had published, hold on 1 second, not that one. This one. He had published this article here stating that Dejanay Jackson had been arrested in the United States. So, what we're going to do today, if you have the propensity to listen to accurate information, we're going to go down the timeline of this very short lived article and we're going to dispel some of the misinformation in it. And then we're going to give you the accurate information on Dejanay Jackson's arrest. Now, it's not to say that this entire article is false. There are a lot of falsehoods in this article that the lead attorney, which makes me sick, that an attorney wouldn't even take the time to vet this information. But don't you worry, it does require a political scientist. So let's just begin and help you guys. Welcome into the building. I'm sorry I cannot get to everybody in here. I'm just heated and I'm tired because this is not what I wanted to talk about today. So let's get right into this article. So the article is written by Metropole, Metropoli. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. Looks like a Spanish publication. It says, breaking news, Dejanay Jackson arrested in the United States. Now, the first portion of it states here that during the night of November 28th, Dejanay Jackson was arrested by Interpol agents. Let me just stop them right there, okay? I also want to let you know this video is not monetized because I'm going to fucking swear because I don't give a shit. So I'm going to stop this article right here. And it says that Dejanay Jackson was arrested by Interpol agents. So the first falsehood stated is that Interpol arrested her. If you guys didn't know, I'm going to pull up the Interpol website and you are going to see that Interpol does not arrest people at all. Okay. So if she was arrested, it wasn't by Interpol. And let me share my screen with you here because apparently a lot of people don't quite understand that. Okay. So here's Interpol's website. You're probably wondering who these two uh, uh, escapees are. They're the only two people that Mexico has red notices for. The only fucking two. Do you see a black ass girl from Charlotte, North Carolina right here? I don't think so. Let's move on, right? So we're going to go to the next screen and Interpol's going to tell you who makes an arrest when there is an extradition request out from a nation, okay? So we're going to stop sharing our screen here. We're going to get to the next screen because your friend, the lead attorney, couldn't take 2 fucking seconds out of his goddamn day to press his fucking suit to show you this. So let us show you this. Because I'm already pissed off. Because, again, this is not what I wanted to talk about today. It aggravates me. It aggravates my goddamn soul that we have to do this. It just bothers me. It just bothers me. So here, let me share my screen with you now, okay? Because I'm trying not to get my blood pressure high, but here you go. A simple Google search will tell you, does Interpol have arresting powers? The short answer is no. The short answer is no. Interpol cannot arrest people. So because the lead attorney decided that he wanted to flunk out on international relations, let me tell you how it works. When one nation has a person that they want to arrest, that they have reasonable belief to believe that they're in another country, they first check to see if they have an extradition treaty with that country. Do I have a relationship with them? I do. Yes. Step 2, let me take this warrant and I'm going to take it to Interpol. And what is Interpol's job? It's simply just to make a giant fucking headline with your face on it and a wanted sticker on your forehead. And it's to broadcast it across the globe, but specifically to the nation where you have reasonable belief that that person might be residing in. Once that notice has been made, it signals the State Department of whatever nation you're seeking to arrest that person, and it signals them that there is an extradition request from that nation. So the two State Departments get together and they determine how they're going to make that arrest. And the arresting nation is the one that makes the arrest, not Interpol. We're only in our first sentence, and already I can feel my blood pressure going through the fucking roof. So any person with a fucking brain, specifically an attorney, because I don't have a whole lot of hope for North Carolina beats, but the attorney should have at least fact checked that portion of the story. And we're only in our first sentence. We didn't even cover the rest of the art. We're on the first sentence, and already there's misinformation there. So now that we know that Interpol does not make arrest, then what can we reasonably surmise? That if she is arrested, somehow Interpol just wasn't notified, which is weird because they usually are. They're usually notified. They're usually fucking notified. Somebody usually tells Interpol something. Somebody picks up the fucking phone and says, "Hey, we're doing shit. Let's notify you." So the fact that Mexico and the United States just completely scapegoated Interpol, shocker. Big fat shocker. Let's just keep moving forward because I'm already tired with this. Okay, let me share my screen. Let's pull the stupid fucking article back up so we can get back into this dumb garbage of whatever the fuck it is this person produced. Okay, so here's the second sentence, right? It says Interpol agents, right? Interpol agents don't exist. So they made that up out of the figment of their goddamn imagination. After a control judge issued the warrant against her, which is true, a control judge did issue a warrant out against the direct aggressor, which we all have hypothesized and kind of like quantified that it was probably Dejanay, right? So that is accurate, okay? So for the crime of femicide, again, also accurate, of Shanquella Robinson, murder on October 29th, again, accurate, more accuracy, yes, fine. Okay, Dejanay Jackson was placed in federal custody, which could be true. But the fact that they were able to do it without notifying any agency, I find a bit odd, but it could be true. Waiting for her to be extradited to Mexico. Now, I found that portion of this article really interesting, right? Because let me share my screen with you again, okay? Where would we be able to find where that extradition request is? I don't know. How about we check out Mexico State Department government website? Probably the best place to check, right? You gotta ask. Don't ask a blogger. Don't even ask me. Ask them. So while pulling up the website, the first thing that I do, because I check it every day, the first thing that I do is I go to the top of the screen. I make sure it's a federal website. It is, okay? They have two different sections on their website. What the nation of Mexico publishes, their press briefings, and what each state publishes, okay? Let's correct that. They have two forums, what the nation as a whole publishes and what each individual state in Mexico publishes. Now, the nation as a whole does not publish quite often, but when they do, they do. And we can see that because they're dated, right? So the last thing that the nation as a whole published was today. And here it is. It is translated. It says communication, their Federal Reserve Code obtained the sentence for up to 140 years in prison for aggravated kidnapping. And then they tell you who it was for. Somebody by the name of Abdel V and Jorge P. That is who the nation has made this press briefing for. Okay. So what's the next thing that we're going to do? The next step is we're going to look at what is each individual state publishing. And we check those every day. So you go to the history here, right? You go there. We're going to go back. And here is where each individual state in Mexico is publishing their press briefings. But more importantly, they are publishing their extradition process. So I'm going to pull up an example here. I believe it was for today. Yes, I believe it was for today. Yes, here it is. Okay, so we're going to read this one here. It's just a random one, right? This is from the Public Ministry of the Attorney General's office in Sonora, that state, right? And he's telling you that in order to link the process for informal protective detention against a person for probable, reasonable in the commission of a crime, blah, 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 blase, skip, ba-dum, I don't care. Okay. But what you can see here is Mexico, each individual state in Mexico is publishing something on a daily basis for the extradition process of an individual. It doesn't take a goddamn rocket scientist to go to the State Department's website and read it. So the fact that people are here quoting random blogs like it's the fucking gospel really grinds my gears. And I'm even more ashamed that an attorney did it. Now, could that article that was published today by what is this publication called? Let me pull it up again. By this publication, could it be true? Yeah, it could be true. It is reasonable that it is true, but you always have to cross all your T's and dot all of your I's in order to be able to publish something like this as fact. The moment that I saw that this person listed Interpol agents, I already knew that was off top of my head. I knew that had to be fact checked. That has to be fact checked. Because I know, as an individual with a political science degree, the Interpol doesn't have agents that go out arresting people. So where is this person getting this information from, right? It's that simple. I just fact checked it. And the fact that I have to continuously fact check this tiny little article makes me slightly squeamish that anything that they're saying is accurate. If you don't believe me, we have already published all over social media where you can find the information yourself. I can't think for everybody. I can only think for me, but I can help you get the information that you need. So the first place that you're going to want to check is here. And let me start sharing my screen. If you don't want to go to a Mexican website, a government website, because there might be a language barrier, go to their Facebook page. That's actually translated for you. Go here. Not only is this a government Facebook page, it is for Baja California Sur. They publish every single day, every day. They publish every day. They publish arrests every day. They publish notices every day for the extradition of people every single fucking day. Seriously. Let me blow up my screen so you can see it even closer. So we go right here to this to their Facebook page. I'm going to refresh it so you can see that. Okay. Right here, 3 hours ago was the last time they published something, and they're telling you that they have caught someone, and he said he will be spending 50 years in prison. So they're telling you about every single arrest that they made. I mean, it's right here. They also tell you about everything that they're doing within the state. This guy right here, the fucking prosecutor. That guy's the prosecutor. Do you think he has reasonable vetted interest in not publishing every single fucking arrest? He does. He'll publish it. There's nothing to hide. They're not protecting anyone. There's no reason to hide Dejanay's arrest from the rest of the world. She's not anybody. She's not a high profile anything. So I don't think the prosecutor is going to not disclose that she was arrested. I don't think that. I have a hard time believing that. They publish on their website, like I said, literally 8 to 10 times a day. 8 to 10 times a day. Different orders for extradition almost every day. And I want to show you an example of one. So give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. So I was reading it earlier today and I thought it was rather interesting. Let me go to the second page. I think it was on page 2. Okay, hold on 1 second. All right, hold on. Because I mean, some of these crimes are quite heinous. I'm just really upset, you guys. I'm just so, I mean, you could see they publish every fucking day on this page. Like, I'm just so upset. I'm just like so mad because I'm like, I'm tired of using my platform to do everybody else's fucking job. Like, I'm really tired of using our platform that we worked so hard to build to do everybody else's job. I'm so fucking tired of it. Like, that's not fair to us. And we want to talk about the news too, but I'm not about to just sit around and let people just going out there spreading misinformation for likes, clicks, and shares. I'm not going to do that. There's an integrity in what I do. I'm not even a fucking journalist, but there's integrity in what I do, and I stand behind that. And I don't care if the news is slow to grow and there's no information and everybody just twiddling their thumbs. Find something fucking else to talk about. Find something else to talk about. Just find something else to talk about. There's plenty of other dead people in the world. But the fact that people have become so fixated on this girl's death that they're just willing to just share any and all kinds of information when there are other cases that people can be talking about that are purgative and that are important. And that these people have these platforms 10 times as large as ours, and they are fixated on being the first to publish something from this story. That's the part that really fucking grinds my gears. It really fucking does. It really does. So give me 1 second. I want to pull something up from this website and I want you guys to see it. Give me a moment. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. I want to pull it up because I want you guys to see this because I think it's really interesting how they do this. And this is kind of how I gauge the information that I read, right? Like, I mean, it's literally what I do. And it's just like, this is how I gauge the information that I read. Hold on 1 second. Okay, here, is it this one? Hold on 1 second. This isn't it. And then I'm going to get to your comments too, but I want to pull this up. I want you guys to see this. I want you to see exactly how the Mexican State Department words this. Hold on 1 second. This it? No, this isn't it. Hold on. I'm going to keep clicking till I find it. Because the way that they word it is very interesting. Here it is. Is this it? Hold on. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. We're going to keep going till I find it because I like the way that they worded it. So it made it easy to understand. No, that's not it either. Hold on, y'all. I'm almost done. Let me keep going. I want to keep going. Let me click one more. Hold on. Is this it? Hold on. No, that's not it. Where is it? Hold on, you guys. Give me 1 second. It's just the wording. It's nothing purgative. It's just the wording of one of these documents that I wanted you guys to see. Where is it? Oh my God, there's a lot of hydrocarbon crimes. Hold on. No, where is it? Hold on. Let me get to your comments and then I'll get it. I'll pull it up. Hold on. I know y'all, the comments are going, y'all. I'm sorry I can't read them. This is from Kim says, I don't believe everything the Mexican journalist said, completely contradicting himself all through the interview in North Carolina Beats. Well, North Carolina Beats blocked us, so I wonder if that interview was worth a goddamn. It probably wasn't. You said, girl, you can't control what he do. Just stick to the facts. Ciao. Yeah, you're right. This from Brown Mama says, what if the federal authorities has her in custody? Could that be possible? That is possible. But the fact that they would have had her in custody for 24 hours and Mexico didn't publish it, that's not possible because Mexico is really, really good at publishing it. So give me 1 second. I want to pull this up. I know it sounds like annoying that I want to do this, but I really want to do this. Hold on. I really want to pull it up because I really want you guys to see this. Hold on 1 second. What is this? Obtains a link to the process against those people detained with weapons. No. I'm trying to find this. It's this specific wording I want you guys to read. Is it this one? No. I'll keep going. They publish this every day. So here it is. Haha, I found it. I found it. Let me share my screen. Thank God. Okay, let me get to this. I'm going to share my screen and then I'll get to your comments. Okay. Yes, this one. And then is it this one? Is it this one? Yes, here it is. Okay. Now I'm going to read it to you. So I'm going to pull up my screen. Let me take the comments off. I'm going to pull it up. Now, this is why this is important. Okay. So that's why I'm glad I found it. Okay. This is why this is important. This is from the state of, this is from the Mexican Foreign Affairs or the State Department, right? It says, in compliance with the extradition treaty signed between Mexico and the United States of America, the Attorney General of the Republic extradited to the government of that country 2 people required by 2 different courts in their criminal responsibilities and various crimes. I know that sounds like a mouthful, but it's important. When Mexico executes an extradition request, this is how they publish it. Okay. You can see the date there. It's from the General Prosecutor of the Republic of Mexico's office, and it's under the category national because it requires an extradition, right? So it's not purgative to each city or city-state of Mexico. It's purgative to the entire nation as a whole. But they wrote that, right? So they said, in the compliance of the extradition treaty signed between Mexico and the United States of America and the attorney generals, extradited to the government of the country. This is an official report of what an extradition request looks like from Mexico. This is the only thing that you need to believe about her arrest, period. If anyone tries to publish anything that doesn't look like this fucking document, tell them to kiss your fucking ass. Because this is it. This was published 2 days ago. So it's not like Mexico's just sitting on their hands publishing reports for extradition treaties. They know how to do it. They do it every fucking day. And here's an example of it. This is what it's going to look like. You don't have to believe anything I say. You don't got to believe anything anyone else says. Believe the government who actually produces these documents. If you don't want to believe it, if you want to believe your own lying eyes, I can't help you. Okay? Do not send me any fucking cockamamie reports that says she was arrested unless this is attached to it. Okay? It's that simple. Okay? It's just that simple. Okay? It's just that simple. All right? So I don't want to hear nothing else. I'm going to read your comments because I'm just so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I'm really, you guys don't understand. Like you like, I don't know what, like, like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand why people keep sending me this stuff. And I asked people several times, don't send it to me. If it is not an official federal document from a nation or a government or a police department or State Department, don't send it to me. I don't want it because it's not real. Is it feasible that she is in police custody? Yes. The police will notify the police will notify Mexico that she is in custody. But it's going to be quite impossible for her to be in custody without that red note. Now it's possible, right? There is a good chance it's possible that they could get her in custody without that red notice. But I don't see Mexico not publishing it. What would they not publish it for? It doesn't make any sense. She's not anyone special. Let me get some of your comments. This is the Healing Zone says she has been arrested. Okay. This is from Sauna Ward says it's on Interpoli's website that she's in custody. Okay. Send me that article. Does it look anything like this? Is this the article? Is this the article? The one that says this here, that she was picked up by Interpol agents? When Interpol themselves said that they don't arrest people? This is the website, right? This is the one we're supposed to trust. This is the one, right? It says, was arrested by Interpol agents. When Interpol themselves says, we don't arrest people. Where are you getting that from? This is the website, right? I just want to make sure this is the website you're talking about. That's the most vetted news source with a affordable women's sweaters ad at the bottom. That's a federal Mexican website that published this. That says here in line item 2 that she was arrested by Interpol agents, but when we went to the Interpol website, right? When we went here, right? It's just a simple Google search. It was just a simple Google search. This one here that says, does Interpol arrest people? And it says no. So who's lying? Is Interpol lying or is Metro whatever MX lying? Who's lying? I want to know because you're not talking fast enough. Who's lying? When Interpol says we don't have arresting agents and that blog says that they do, tell me which one is the liar. The intergovernmental agency, right? Or the blog. I want to know which one because you're not talking fast enough and I feel like you left. Which one? Who's they? Who's they? Is that Interpol? Did Interpol say that she was picked up by the feds? Did Interpol, or was it the blog? Quickly, because I don't think you're quite understanding it. Who? Hello? Can you hear us? Who is they? Quickly. So no one, right? So no one. Okay. So that blog that this person is referring to is a blog that claimed that Interpol has agents to arrest people. The Interpol could just prance inside of any nation and just start arresting people. Except Interpol says we don't have agents who do that. So who's lying? You think Interpol sending mercenaries to the United States? And if you're not familiar with the term mercenary, it is a private military force. So do you think that Interpol is sending private military to go pick people up? Even though Interpol says that they don't do that. They just publish notices. That's really all they do. So who's lying? Is it the blog trying to get you guys to click on their website? Or is it Interpol who has no dealings in actually arresting people? Tell me, because no one's saying anything and I'm trying to get the news out quick. Who's lying? Is it Interpol and their secret mercenary groups out here arresting people? Or is it the blog who has a lot more to gain by you guys clicking on their website? Tell me. Hello? The lead attorney should be ashamed of himself for not vetting that. Even if it is true, even if she is in police custody, the fact that he didn't vet that article and allowed it to run like wildfire across the internet, he should be ashamed of himself. He should be ashamed of himself. He should be ashamed of himself. Because now there's people in here who don't know that Interpol doesn't have agents to arrest people. because that's not what they do. Interpol is the literal international post office that just posts wanted posters all fucking day and night. That's it. There is no Interpol agent walking into fucking United States of America arresting people. And the fact that the lead attorney allowed that story to run like wildfire and never corrected it, because that should have been your first inclination that there was something wrong with that fucking article, that they said that there was agents who work for Interpol who arrest people. And the fact that you, as an attorney here in the United States, think that the fucking United States is going to let random fucking agents into their fucking territory to arrest people. That shit pisses me off. It pisses me off that you would allow that kind of fucking misinformation on your fucking platform after you swore a fucking duty to this nation. You piece of shit attorney. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you do some shit like that? Now you got everybody all up in everybody's fucking comment sections telling people that this woman was arrested, and she might be. But we don't know that. We don't know that. It's basic international relations that he would have taken in his undergraduate years. And I'm sick of people like him, and I'm sick of people like the North Carolina Beat, and I'm sick of all these fucking people on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter spreading this dumb shit. I'm not talking about Shanquella Robinson's case anymore until someone is physically arrested. And I can verify that myself until at least 10 news publications publish it. Do not send me any more information about Shanquella Robinson. Do not send me any more information from a blog. If you send me information from a blog, I'm blocking you. That's it. I'm blocking you. If you send me information from a blog who did not vet their information, I'm blocking you. And don't you ever send me anything else in my inbox again. I'm not checking any of my DMs tonight. Don't send me shit. I want to cover another story about another death that didn't get any coverage, that thank God no one has tainted it with misinformation. And the lead attorney should be embarrassed for yourself. And you better hope that the Mexican government publishes an extradition notice tomorrow. You better hope CNN, MSNBC, Reuters, Guardian, Rolling Stone, fuck it, TMZ publishes that girl was arrested, or you are guilty of sharing misinformation across the internet for likes, clicks, shares, and fucking super chats or whatever the fuck it is. Because you're just as bad as the Shade Room. You're just as bad. You're just as bad. You better hope. You better hope by the end of this week. You better hope by the end of this week that girl is in custody. Because people like North Carolina Beat, they're going to publish shit regardless, right? He's a fucking ignorant piece of shit anyway. He doesn't give a fuck what he pumps out. People are going to eat it up. Okay? The Shade Room's going to pump out garbage. The Jasmine brand's going to pump out garbage. Gossip of the City, garbage. They're going to pump that shit out quick. But you, as an attorney, have a duty. And the fact that I feel like you're crossing that line from using your power and your status as an attorney, which is a very difficult thing to get, and you're tiptoeing your way into gossip. And you're getting wildly towing the line of inaccuracy. And I'm concerned about the information you're pumping out because people are going to you as a vetted source. So you better pray to God that Dejanay Jackson gets arrested and that they publish it this week. Or you need to take that video down. You need to issue an apology to all your supporters. And you better pray to God nobody calls you in your fucking bar number for spreading wild information, misinformation across the internet. Because this shit is getting ridiculous. I'm heated. I'm like at my wit's end, and it's just me. I don't got nobody else fighting for me and misinformation. It's just me. And the fact that I have to keep getting piles and piles of comments and videos and voice notes, screenshots, and emails from this wild information people keep sharing. And the fact that, and I'm talking straight to the lead attorney, and the fact that you are on the fucking name of people doing it, I was blown away. I was completely blown away. You better hope that girl gets arrested tonight or sometime this week. I'll even give you a stretch, sometime this week. Because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I didn't even monetize this fucking this live stream because I already knew I was going to go off. I already knew I wasn't going to get paid for it, and I'm okay with that, right? You know, you just got to just take a L when you take a L, okay? But I'm really getting sick of misinformation being spread across the internet. And the fact that we have attorneys doing it, it really breaks my heart. It does. It really breaks my heart that it's occurring. It really does. Because when I saw it was him saying it, I was blown away. We didn't even finish this article. Let me get to some of your comments. I know the comments are going. Let me get some of your comments. Tiffany said, what she said. I'm not even trying to go off. I'm just like, you know, like I take what I do seriously. I take my degree seriously, right? I don't have a law degree, right? So I don't got no juris doctorate. I think that's what it's called. I don't have a juris doctorate. Okay. That's a doctorate degree in law. I don't have that, but I know to stay true to myself. I'm not going to sell myself out for money. I'm not going to do that, you guys. I'm not going to sell myself out for money. I'm not going to do it. As much as I could. I'm Black with a degree in political science. I could work for some right-wing organization and just tell you that Black Lives Matter is a scam and that Black people have done everything that's gone wrong with them in their life. That's all Black people's doing. I could literally I could be the next Candace Owens. I could sell out in a heartbeat. Candace Owens doesn't have the degree I have, honey, because people are going to believe me. I'm like, oh, I have a degree from a private university. And political science. And I could say all kinds of wild, salacious lies and make a bet. And I'm Black. So, you know, Republicans eat that up. But I don't do that because there's integrity in what I do. Right. Like people talk about, oh, Steph, you never like do your hair. You never do this. I don't have time to do that because I'm drowning in misinformation. I don't have time to even, you know, I used to get I used to get facials done all the time because I had time to do it. I used to get my nails done all the time because I had time to do it. Once I got into the realm of news, I was like, oh, there's no time to do this. You're constantly combating misinformation. So I look disheveled because I'm working. I look like this because I'm working. Okay. But I appreciate that, Amber. Thank you very much. This is from Tracy. Tracy says, wait, I just got here. So Dejanay's not arrested as being reported. We don't know that. We know that in the article. Let me pull the article back up for you, Tracy. We know in this article, there's a lot of misinformation. Hold on, where is it at? There's a lot of misinformation in this article. We also know that the Mexican government has not published anything about her arrest, being that they publish stuff 10 times a day. So because of this article, at best, it's ambiguous. At best. At worst, it's just a lie, right? But at best, it's quite ambiguous. There are anecdotes in this article that are true. It's easy to surmise that Dejanay is the one on the warrant. But there is nothing that's come out of Baja California Sur's prosecutor's office that stated that she was detained in the U.S. There's nothing on the Mexican State Department's website that stated that they are requesting for extradition. There's nothing of the sort. There's nothing there. So I can't believe this is true. If Mexico's pumping out 10 extradition requests a day, and somehow Dejanay just flew under the radar. I got to put two and two together and be like, this is probably inaccurate. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Okay. That's all I'm saying. This is from LaDonda. What's up, LaDonda says, for people saying it's not that serious, it is that serious. It is to her. It is. It's what I do. If I told you, right, and this is not to you, LaDonda, this is for other people. If you were a nurse and I told you, oh, that patient died, that's not that serious. That's probably the look you would give me. When my entire business is news, everything is serious. So if you think that patients dying is serious, I think that information dying is serious. So I appreciate that. LaDonna, she says, when she's trying to help us with the correct information, I would be upset as well because y'all believe anything y'all hear. Y'all believe any fucking thing y'all hear. And that's the sick part, right? And then don't even know what the truth is anymore. It is. It is. It's very serious. If you were a doctor or if you work in the healthcare field and I told you, oh, that cancer patient who died, that's not that serious. Oh, the guy who got smashed up by a motorcycle, not that serious. You would probably look at me like I was crazy because it is serious. If you don't care about information, you're in the wrong place. If you don't care about people taking their life's work serious, you're definitely in the wrong place. And if you love conspiracy theories and going down rabbit holes with bloggers like this or the lead attorney, have at it. You're in the wrong spot. There are no moderators here. You're not going to get blocked saying dumb shit. But just be mindful that when it comes out of your mouth, and if you have children, you're sharing the same dumb shit with your kids and your uncles and your aunts and your moms and your dads. Misinformation is real. How do you think we got Donald Trump? You don't think misinformation is important to understand and diminish? How do you think we got Donald Trump? You think he moonwalked into the White House, or do you think a misinformation campaign spread against all of the American people, Hispanics, Hillary Clinton, Black people, poor white people, and everything else under the sun? Right? There was no one left to protect. The misinformation campaign that came out of the White House was, or I'm sorry, out of Donald Trump's campaign was sickening. He didn't just moonwalk into the White House. He did it on a bed of misinformation that just enough people ate up for him to win. And now every single day, news outlets are trying to get closer and closer to combating it. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Don't be dumb. It's from Ashley Hill, says, sad because these people believe the bullshit, right? Because I'm swearing today, so much they can't even understand the fact that it's a real story. It's a real story. It's a real story. And every single day you pump out misinformation, you're going to make her family believe that it's real, right? Like that mystery $10,000 that no one can seem to figure out where it came from and where it's going. Misinformation is detrimental to victims' families because you're making them get this false sense of justice. And if you really, really, really despise Shanquella's family, continue to share those blogs, continue to share garbage like this if you absolutely hate her family. Have at it. All right? Talk about disrespect. Could you imagine your loved one dead and people are just spreading misinformation about the person who had something to do with their death being arrested? And they're not, right? Well, we don't know that, at least. Have patience when it comes to information. Okay. The world is not the shade room, and the shade room got a lot of y'all fucked up. The world is not the shade room. You're not going to get information that fast. Okay. That is not how prosecutors work. That's not how state departments work. That's not how anyone works. This need to be the first person to publish a story is so wild that people at this point just about publish anything. It's not smart. It's a detriment to your blogger future. And I promise you, every time another blogger comes out with misinformation, I'm gonna publish it and I'm gonna stay on a fucking necks every day. I'm like, oh, remember that time that you published this, but it was wrong? Remember that? Remember that? Oh, because we remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Pepperidge Farm remembers. This is from AK. AK says, all this time wasted when we could have been discussing something actually worth discussing. Exactly. It's sad that YouTube has become a place where people turn on their cameras instead of taking their meds. That's right. That's right, AK. Because I know you're not talking about me, because you'll get your shit fronted talking crazy like that. So we know you must be talking about all of that misinformation you see on the internet. And you're right. I agree. Now, you're probably at the very beginning of this video, but once you get to the tail end, you're going to know we're talking about you. So you better hope you have the proper answer by the time this video ends. Okay. This is from Virtuous Eater. I'm sorry. Virtuous Eater says, lies mess with your real reality. Telling the truth is so much easier. But people like lies. They do. They do. They do. I'm over it. Here's my statement to y'all. Okay. For people who are probably at the very beginning of this video watching me get very pissed off, to the tail end of this video watching me still pissed off, but not yelling as much. Do not send me information that did not come from the State Department. If it did not come from the State Department, if it did not come from a vetted source, right? CNN, MSNBC, Reuters, Guardian, New York Times, Rolling Stone, TMZ, my guy, okay? Don't send it to me. I don't care. I'm not fact-checking anybody else. I'm not fact-checking anybody else. I'm not doing it. This article, again, it's quite misleading. It's quite misleading. If they're the first to be able to publish this, congrats to them. But it's quite misleading to me. And it all began with them stating that Dejanay was arrested by Interpol agent. Interpol does not have field agents going out arresting people. Interpol does not have mercenaries, which again is just private military. Interpol does not have mercenaries who they send out to the United States. The United States wouldn't even let a mercenary in here. The United States sends mercenaries out. The United States is not in the business of letting them in, okay? We have enough law enforcement here to be able to pick someone up who's not hiding and arrest them. So they don't have to send Interpol fake agents to do it. Okay. I'm going to just blow this up because I don't think I finished reading the rest of this dumbass article. So it says that Dejanay Jackson was placed in federal custody, which could be the case, but I don't see how Mexico didn't publish that. Waiting for her to begin her extradition process in Mexico. Okay. Where she will be formally accused of femicide at the age 25 of a 25-year-old businesswoman. That is true. That's true. It says the extradition process took between 1 to 2 weeks. So it says the extradition process took about 1 to 2 weeks. Now, let me pull up let's pull up when the prosecutor made his formal announcement about the warrant, okay? So let's pull that up. Where is that at? It's right here. Is this it? I've gone too far. Hold on. So remember what that article said. The extradition process took about 1 to 2 weeks. Okay. Hold on. We're almost there. Hold on. We got to keep scrolling. We're almost there. Here we go. Okay. Let me share this screen. So it says, just keep that in the back of your brain. Extradition process took about 1 to 2 weeks, resulting from the procedure from the Attorney General's Office of Justice carried out in the Attorney General's Office of the Republic, and this in turn to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Mexico. Okay, let me stop sharing my screen and let me share this with you, right? So you can see that. Now, they said that the extradition process took about 1 to 2 weeks. Here is the formal statement from the prosecutor's office. This is his official Facebook page, is the office's Facebook page. You have a tip. They got a website. They have a DM to them your tips. This statement was made. This was the official announcement that they had issued a warrant arrest for the person who is the direct aggressor, right? They didn't name any names. They just said this is a direct aggressor. This was published 5 days ago. It says #last hour, and that the prosecutor's office is clarifying some things. Okay. I just want you to see that. That's 5 days ago. Where exactly did this blogger get the notion that the extradition treaty, the extradition request took 1 to 2 weeks? I want to know where he got those dates from, because they didn't announce the warrant, right? The warrant was made and announced 5 days ago. So where's the 1 to 2 weeks at? Help me. Help me with that. Help me. Help me. Help me with that. Where'd the 1 to 2 weeks come from? This from Ray Bishop says, maybe the article loses something in translation. Time? Ray? They lost time? Come on, Ray. I'm trying not to laugh because I know you're serious. They lost, Ray. They lost time. Because you can't lose that in translation. I'm trying to, Ray, I'm trying not to laugh, Ray. I'm just, I'm just, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm done with the story. I'm tired. I'm done. I'm done with the people. I'm done with all of it. Okay. I'm done with all of it. I am. I'm done with all of it. I've yelled enough tonight. I'm done with all this shit. Like, cut me a fucking break. Cut me a break.